Hey people, it is Tuesday, October the 24th, and the time is 4:22 in the afternoon. It's currently a balmy 20 degrees Celsius, which is unusually warm for late October. And I am on Broadview Avenue, just passing by the former Don Jail, which is now incorporated into the Bridgepoint Hospital or Health Center. I'm going to be taking a walk south along Broadview down to Dundas, and then Dundas east into downtown, the downtown east neighborhood, and passing through Regent Park, where I'll be ending the video at a Freshco grocery store at the corner of Dundas and Parliament. And just up ahead is Gerrard and Broadview, and that's where you find East Chinatown. Most of it does lie along Gerrard Street, heading further east. But we do walk through a stretch of it here along Broadview. There's a look west. And there you can see into the heart of East Chinatown. It extends for several blocks to the east along Gerrard Street, but only for a block or so along Broadview here, heading south. Definitely has a very gritty feel.
It's open like 4 to 7 or something. So it's like, say, okay, I want 3 minutes, right?
Wait, my seat?
No, my seat. Just sit in your seat, or and then just reach over.
Definitely not as busy and bustling as the main downtown Chinatown at Dundas and Spadina, but it has a lot of character. It feels authentic. But yeah, I think we basically have passed through the Broadview stretch of East Chinatown already. You can't go wrong with a laundry place being called Always Clean. And that's the 505 Dundas. And another one. So this is considered the east end of Old Toronto, in the Riverdale neighborhood, which encompasses East Chinatown and a few other sub-neighborhoods. And I can see they've changed the business here on the corner. This used to be a place that said Submarine in the same font as Mr. Submarine. And now there's a new restaurant here. Well, let's hope they do well. But here is Dundas Street. So Broadview will continue on to the south. You'll pass by Queen and Broadview in that direction. In the Riverside neighborhood, another sub-neighborhood within Riverdale. So now we're going to head over the Don Valley into the east side of downtown. And that's also where the Regent Park neighborhood is located. We'll take a walk through there. And this is the time of day when the sun starts to get low in the sky heading west. And the lighting conditions are often not that great. With this camera, it tends to have a hard time. Let's hope it looks better than my York University walk I recently did, which was a bit later in the day. But I can't avoid walking west right now. There's one of many large luxury auto dealerships all along this part of the city, along the Don Valley. I guess you could call this the dealership district. And speaking of the Don Valley, all these cars are waiting to get onto the Don Valley Parkway. Just waiting for the sun to go behind this building so I can pan over and we'll get a look at this other gigantic dealership. All right, there we go. And another one on this side. The Lexus downtown. And Mercedes-Benz. Just thought I'd let those guys pass because they were sort of gaining on me. I'm not walking incredibly fast right now. Eventually they would have been right behind me, talking loudly. So we're on the east side of downtown now. About to cross River Street, which will take us into Regent Park. Survivor is still going. It's quite windy and blustery here. Walking through the heart of Regent Park along Dundas. Every time I walk through here, I see what else has changed since my last walk through. This neighborhood is transforming so rapidly. From month to month, it seems there's something new and different, especially with the retail along the street here. This used to be a complete dead zone for retail and restaurants. Of course, a bank has to come and make its presence known also. I think that might be the only downtown Wendy's that's within walking distance to where I live, at least an easy walk. There might be a Wendy's in the food court at College Park, now that I think of it. It's the Pam McConnell Aquatic Center. And here's a statue of the late Pam McConnell herself, a city councilor. She'd probably be pretty happy to know that there was a statue of her located here with such a happy expression to go along with it. So here's Regent Park itself. So it's not just a neighborhood, it really is a park as well. And the sun is really blasting now. I want to try to keep my camera pointed this way as long as possible so I don't get that murky sun-washed look. Until I get to a more shady area. Right, there we go. The sun has hidden behind a building. There's a dog park. I never really noticed this here before. Let's go through some areas I've never walked through before. I've done a number of videos through this neighborhood, but usually sticking to the streets. This is Sackville Street. It's a nice medium density housing here. If you didn't know, Regent Park was once considered a rather notorious housing project by Toronto standards at least. First developed in the late 1940s. And by the 80s it had become a high crime area that was avoided by many. And it continued on into the 90s in that state, and then in the early 2000s a major redevelopment got underway, which has since completely transformed the area. They're demolishing a lot of the old townhouses and apartment buildings and replacing them with more modern mixed-use housing. A mix of condos and apartments, some rent subsidized, some market rate. And this is Parliament Street. And my Freshco grocery store is just right on the corner up ahead of Dundas and Parliament. So I'm going to stop the video here and resume after I've made my purchases. I can see the battery is very low, so hopefully the camera will turn back on. So I'll be back in a flash. Alright, I have completed my purchases and I have moved over to the south side of Dundas where it's shady. So we're going to continue heading east along Dundas Street East. So we're heading back towards my place now. I just got myself frozen pizza, some orange juice, and some party mix. I've always been curious about this hotel here on the corner of Ontario and Dundas. It recently got spruced up. The Royal Oak Inn. I think I meant to check out the reviews online another time and I never did. Maybe I should do that. Who knows, it might actually be a good place to stay. And you might have noticed a sudden change in the lighting conditions. my camera turned off while I was walking the first time, and I had to come back at a later time to redo this part of the video. And we're approaching Dundas and Sherborne. There's a look back to the east. West side. This is the east side. And Dundas and Sherborne.
Dundas. Short time to Main Street.
The former True Love Cafe that closed down a few years ago. It had some pretty hilarious online reviews from what I remember. Now awaiting a new tenant. I wonder if there'll be any takers on the most notorious corner of the city. Kind of strange to have a fashion store located here. But I'm almost back home with the groceries. So I'm going to start wrapping up this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And you can also become a channel member. And you can also support the channel through a super thanks if you prefer to do it that way. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching. And be sure to keep checking back, because, as always, I will continue. Took me a second to get the camera to flip around there.